All right, Charles viewers, welcome to Gold Coast Media. Today we are at the NPP party headquarters, the national headquarters. Yeah, that is where today His Excellency, former Vice President and the NPP presidential candidate will be launching his thank you campaign tour. Yeah, today he'll be launching his thank you campaign tour. Also, as you can see on the screen, that is his arrival. At the time he arrived, and he went inside to have some conversation with the executives. So stay tuned and let's go and listen to his speech, what he has to say, how they lost the election, and information from the committee, the report that came out, how they lost the election, every detail. So please stay tuned. Let's go and listen to what he said. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates. Thank you.
Kukrudu. 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 Thank you very much. Please have your seats. The National Chairman, the General Secretary, the Chairman of the National Council of Elders, our national executives, national officers, the rank and file of all the staff of the headquarters, distinguished supporters of the party, I say to you, good afternoon. We have been through an election, presidential and parliamentary elections in December 2024. And as the General Secretary said, after every election, parliamentary candidates will go around and thank the constituency. Then also presidential candidates will go around and thank the nation as a whole. Edubuahin did so, President Kufuor did so, and Dr. Bawumia is also going to do so. I have delayed this thank you tour for good reason. As you know, after the election, the party commissioned the Okwe Committee to examine the causes of our defeat and make recommendations on the way forward. So I decided that it was important to give the committee space to do their work. They were going around all the constituencies, and I didn't want also to be going around all the constituencies at the same time. So we took the decision in consultation with the Council of Elders and with the party that we will wait until after the Okwe report is submitted before we start the thank you tour. And so the Okwe report has been submitted, and we are now embarking on the thank you tour. First of all, as the good book says, for all things you give thanks to the Lord. And so, first of all, we want to thank God for bringing us this far. We couldn't have been here, and we know that Almighty God does things for a reason. There's always a reason, and we may not understand why He has made things go the way they have. So, even in defeat, we are thankful to the Almighty God for how far He has brought us. I also want to thank the former president, my boss, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for all the good health support he has given me, making me his running mate 4 times consecutively. It's never happened in Ghana or Africa. And then his vice president for 2 terms. I'm most grateful, and he was very supportive of me in the 2024 election, and I will forever be grateful to my boss, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I'm also very grateful to the former president, President J. Kufuor, who appointed me as Deputy Governor at the Bank of Ghana way back in 2006. And he has been my mentor ever since I entered politics, and I'll be forever grateful to him. I want to thank the National Council of Elders, the national executives, regional and constituency and polling station executives, and party members and supporters for their support and the hard work in the 2024 election. We, of course, decided to start the thank you tour at headquarters, to come here to thank the national officers and also thank the staff, the hard-working staff of the headquarters. There's so much work you do, and many people don't see the work you do because they are not observant of what you're doing. But you're doing very important work, and you keep us going as we go in the field, going round. And so I thought that I should come and say a personal thank you to all of you. You've been very, very, very supportive. And I have recognized this, and for some time now, I have been supportive of the salaries of a few of the women who are here. And I will continue to be supportive of you and even go further in that regard. I also want to, amen, yes, sorry. I also want to thank my running mate and my campaign team for their full support. They've done very, very well across this campaign. The fact is, we worked very hard. We tried to get everybody involved. As you know, the General Secretary was the Director of Operations for the campaign. The women's organizer organized the women. The youth organizer organized the youth. The Nasara coordinator handled the Zongo, and so on. So we tried to do as much as we could. Notwithstanding our hard work, however, we still suffered a heavy defeat. And when you look at what happened, you will see that it was internal. Many of our supporters did not come out to vote. This is really fundamentally why we lost the election. If you look at 2020 vis-a-vis 2024, 2.1 million of our supporters didn't come out to vote. 2.1 million. And you look at John Mohammed's votes, his votes went up by maybe 115,000. So he increased by 115,000 and we went down by 2.1 million. And that is basically why we did not win. So the key to victory going forward is within the NPP. It is within ourselves because we decided not to vote. So if we decide to vote, we would win. So the key is ourselves. It is ourselves. So that is what we have to understand and take going forward. When we finished the election, there were so many people who were giving different reasons for why we lost. So many different reasons. But people were speaking without data. And you know you can only speak forcefully with data. When you look at the reasons people were offering, one of the reasons people offered was that they said that they didn't vote for us because our presidential candidate was Muslim. Have you not heard that? Yeah. Didn't you hear that? When I heard that, I said, this doesn't make sense. This is not the Ghana that I know. Because if you look at it, we went for primaries. We had 10 contestants. I was 1 Muslim, 9 Christians. But the NPP voted for the Muslim presidential candidate. So that could not be the case. So I decided to do some data analysis to test this hypothesis. And when you look at the data is very clear. In many constituencies across the country, the NPP presidential candidate performed better than the Christian parliamentary candidate in many constituencies across. So it couldn't be, if they were voting because of religion, I shouldn't be performing better than the Christian parliamentary candidates. Even my good friend, Intim Fogio, who is giving a lot of heat to the government at the moment in Parliament. Intim Fogio is a reverend father in Tim Fogio, as in South. But I did better than him in his constituency. So he did so well. I mean, he did and mobilized the votes for me, and I thank him very much. But if you look at all across the country, the fact is that there was no religious factor in the voting. It is only propaganda. There is no religious factor. And in fact, you know, we sought to see so many different institutions undertook research and undertook studies to answer the question. You know, you had our MPs, you had Konrad Adenauer, you had Global Info Analytics, you had different institutions. But when you look at it all, they all came to the conclusion that it wasn't an issue of religion, it is not an issue of tribe. Those two issues have been ruled out in all the findings from different surveys that have been done. So as a party, I'm very happy that, and as a country, I'm very happy that religion and tribe has not entered our political discourse. We should not therefore allow people to come in to play propaganda with religion and tribe. We are one nation. We will all go together and we will move, whether we are Muslims or Christians, we will all work together for the good of this country. And that is how we should try to get everybody going forward. I am very happy that Professor Michael Quay and his Elections Review Committee have submitted their report. We've waited for this report for a long time. And they delivered the report on time. And I must say that I am very happy with the Okwe report. It has put to bed a lot of the propaganda that was going around about exactly why we lost the election. And I'm very happy about that. What is important also is that they have made some very important recommendations for this party. And those recommendations have been forwarded to a constitutional review committee to then look at it and bring it back to NEC and National Council for us to then make certain changes. You can expect, without any doubt, that the delegate system is going to be changed. That we will change the current delegate system and allow more people to vote. And that give more rights to more people to come in and be part of the electoral college. And so that those are things that we believe will happen, but we will wait peacefully for the committee to come back with its report. We will not try to preempt it, and once they come back with the report, we'll give the National Council the opportunity to get this sent to the National Conference for the decisions to be taken to amend the Constitution. So we are in a rebuilding stage for this party. What is important for all of us is that we have to be united. If we are united, we are going to win 2028. If we are not united, we will have a challenge. So unity is very important. And because I want us to be united, this is why I am departing from the normal thank you tour that we have held. Normally, whether it's Idubuahin, whether it's Kufuor, whether it's Akufo-Addo, the presidential candidate has just basically gone ahead and done a thank you tour. We are doing it differently this time because I want unity. And that is why I have said that I want to go with the party and also to invite my former contestants, the aspirants who contested me for the primaries. They should come and we'll all go and do the thank you tour for the country so that we all show a united front for the party so that we can build on it going forward. So that is my sense of what we are going to do. I want to thank all of you. Remember, unity is the key. It is not about, it's not time for primaries. And it is not about winning a primary. What we are doing is building a party machinery that can win the general election. That is what we should be doing. Building a party machinery to win a general election, not to win a primary. If you win a primary and you cannot win the general election, then it is a useless victory. It is a useless victory. It is a Pyrrhic victory. So let us build a machinery, make the party strong so that we can win the general election. And that is what we should be looking at as a party. We can only do that if we unite. Because united we will stand, divided we will fall. And that is something that my old father Tedam, would always remind us of. Uncle Tedam will always remind us that united we stand and divided we fall. And I remember him so fondly at this moment. So let's come together, and I know that the elephant is the winning symbol, and we are going to go ahead and win. Let us come together. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. His Excellency, thank you very much for your warm remarks. We are starting with the national thank you tour from Western Region on Saturday. We are ending in Central